So, hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. And today we are going to discuss the other part of this question, that is part B, right? Uh, so, if we consider what is given here, is like we are given the term frequency table for these five documents, right? And these terms, like these terms are present in these documents, and we are given their frequencies, and we are set to calculate. If we consider the D5 is our query document, so if we consider D5 as our query document and Q, and then rank the documents from D1 to D4 using a vector space model of information retrieval, right? So we are set to calculate the ranking using vector space model of information retrieval. So now there can be many methods if you know the different methods, like the similarity coefficient, right? So in that, what we need to do is uh, we need to take the vectors, and then like we need to, means that's a method where we just divide it with the modulo of the modulus of the vectors, and then we find the similarity, and based if the similarity is high, similarity similarity is high, so the rank will be high, is high, right? This will be the case. And like this approach, we have another approach where we form the TF IDF table for this particular table which is given here, and we just use that to calculate the ranking for the documents, right? So what we need to do right now is prepare that table for the given problem. So if we see the problem given here, we have T1 to T3, right? So how will we calculate the TF IDF? So for each term, we will calculate the IDF, right? So let's start. IDF of T1. So in previous video I have told the formula, so I'll just demonstrate it here once again. Log base 2 1 plus mod of D by dt. So here D is the number of documents and dt is the number of documents where term T is present. So if we see the table, there are 5 documents, but only in 4 T1 is present. So log of base 2 1 plus 5 by 4. So if we just try to calculate the value which is coming, so it will be, I think, log base 2, it will be 3 by 2, right? And we just try to calculate it. So log of 1.5 divided by log base 2, right? So it's coming around nearly equal to log of, sorry, 0.5849, right? So this is coming, and it is for T1. So similarly we will calculate for all the 6 terms. Okay, so like I have used the formula and applied it to all the terms which are given here, and I have calculated the IDF for each of the terms, right? Now next we need to make a table. So we need to make this table where this is the terms like T1 to T6, and these are the documents. Now for each intersecting point like this point, we need to calculate the TF into IDF, right? So let's suppose for example I just for D1 T1 I calculate the TF IDF. So IDF we have here, and now TF if we calculate, TF is equal to 1 plus log base 2. Now this you can use the kernel smart method here, but if you see like all the documents are of the nearly of the same size, so we can directly put the value from the table given to us. So I'll just use kernel smart here and show you 1 plus log base 2, 1 plus log of base 2, and if we just refer to the book, so it is 2, right? So just put 2 here, and 1 plus 1, that's 2, so it comes out to be 2 finally, right? So we'll just multiply this, so 2 into the value which we got earlier, so it was 0.5849, so 0.5849, so if we just calculate it, so it's 1.1698. So here we need to write this value, 1.1698, this. Now doing this similarly with all the terms in all the 5 documents, we need to write the TF IDF value, right? Okay, so now I have filled the table with the values as I have discussed earlier, right? And now we will just proceed with the method of calculating the rank of the documents with D5 as our given query. So what we need to do here is like this D5, let me first erase this part. Okay, just erase this part, and here D5 is equal to our Q. So we need to calculate a similarity coefficient for calculating the ranks. So what is the similarity coefficient? This is a measure of similarity between the query and document being compared, right? So if we just look into the problem, so our query is D5 and rest of the documents are we need to rank according to this similarity coefficient. So if we see similarity coefficient, it is SC of Q D1, means the similarity between these two. So this will be summation of QI WI. Now I'll explain what is this I and QT means. So here I means the terms, right? T1, T2, T3, T4, T5, T6 means we are traversing along this whole row, okay, and collecting each of the terms based on their TF IDF values. Now what is this Q and D? So if we see, the Q means like this value particularly. This value is the Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, Q5 and Q6. and for each term we have a DM. Like for suppose for D1 we have D1, D2, D3, D4, D5 and D6. So like this we'll just calculate the product of these two. So if we find the product for the first one, so this comes out to be 1.169. I hope I'm correct. 98, okay. 98 into, okay, I'll write this 0.5809 plus 1.052 into 0.789 plus the other will be 0 because one of the terms is 0 plus, like this was 0 so I made it 0, and now the fourth term 1.052 into 0.263, and if we see the other two are also 0, right, because one of the terms will be 0. So the last one, if we just calculate 0.052 times 263, so we'll just calculate that. So I've calculated that, and like suppose we can see, so here I have done the calculation for QD1, and similarly we need to do the calculation for similarity coefficient of QD2, D3, right, like all these 4 documents, and means after that we will be able to compare all the 4 documents. Okay, so now I have calculated the similarity coefficients for all the documents, and if I just revisit the values, so similarity coefficient for the first document is 17908, and for the second document it's 8.96, and for the third document it's 5.9217, and for the fourth one it's 1.375. So if we see the values now, so if we compare the similarity coefficients of D1, D2, D3 and D4, then we find the following order, that D2 is greater than D3, which is greater than D1, and which is finally greater than D4. So the rank which will be calculated will be like this: 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now let us check that if we calculated it accordingly. So yeah, so the ranking will be this, right? So thank you for watching, and I'll discuss the next problem in the coming video. And if you like this video, then please like and subscribe. Bye.